Hello, subscribers, and welcome to another fantastic Naruto Sakura podcast. I'm your host, James S. Cassidy, and don't you adjust that Skype channel. I'm white. Anyway, I got a brand new member on the podcast. So we shall let him introduce himself, and then we will move on to the usual people. But anyway, introduce yourself for the audience.
Hello, I'm Blue Star Saber. I'm usually found on Naruto Base, Heaven and Earth, and Tumblr. Anything else?
Welcome to the podcast.
Ask the question, James.
I was going to let you guys introduce yourselves first, but...
For life as usual. Next.
LKNMJH, also known as Steve.
Yeah, these two guys. Anyway. Blue Star!
You can call me Saber.
As usual, with every new member, we have to ask one simple question.
Okay.
When and how did you become a NaruSaku fan?
I believe I became a NaruSaku fan around February and March.
Of this year?
Of this year?
Yeah, this year. Yeah,
Wow.
New.
Little late in the game, I must say.
Bloomer. Or Bloomer. Was it Boomer or Bloomer?
It's Bloomer.
Late
Oh,
bloomer.
Late Bloomer. Yeah. We got a NaruSaku Late Bloomer here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine, but it's just, you know...
He has been on a long journey, fought perilous monsters to finally found the sacred writings that is the NaruSaku.
Is there a story to go behind how you became a NaruSaku fan?
Yeah, I can tell it. Originally I didn't. Well, when I first got into Naruto, I was kind of neutral with pairings, except when I saw fan art of and doujins and fan fictions of Sasuke, Saku, Naohina. It kind of rubbed on me. Of course, I didn't really support those pairings fully until chapter 437 because I kind of because I kind of completely ignored the selfish part back then. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Then came the Kage arc, where pretty much a lot of Team 7 drama. I was confused what was going to happen. Although I have to admit, with events like the Four Bridge and the Kage arc, I sort of was leaning towards NaruSaku, but not fully. When chapters 540 and 615, I thought the pairings were going to be set in stone there. And then finally next year I went to look on fandom officially. At the time I only looked at Naruto Wiki and for Neverworld's channel for info on Naruto. Where my first look was in the Naruto base, where they just pretty much bashed Sakura and overpraised Hinata, as it's usual for most Naruto sites.
Really? I never would have guessed that.
Yeah.
The Naruto base praises Hinata and bashes Sakura to the ground?
Yeah.
How could they?
There's once this advanced anti-Sakura unit group in it, but it was taken down by the mods.
Well, that's actually the first. If we have an advanced anti-Naruhina, we'd be taking down second one. But when there's an advanced anti-NaruSaku,
it had over 200.
It would never happen. It was just like...
Anyway, the hate kind of shocked me and it put me off Naruhina and possibly Hinata.
Dear Hinata, please save me from your fans. Love me.
Nah, bit depressed about the fandom in Naruto in general. I saw one of Chate's Sakura theories and people praising that theory. I decided to look at what she put, and then I saw her with a conversation with this user, I believe in Naruhina, asking why some people ship NaruSaku. I liked where the conversation was going with him and Chate. I decided to look up what NaruSaku fans had to say in all this. Well, pretty much the evidence of parallels, the development, and blah blah blah. I became hooked, which is probably a good thing since 631 came out the same week as my birthday in May. So I guess you could say turn to the right, turn in the nick of time in a sense. To NaruSaku.
The stars looked down upon you and said, "Grant this man to be a NaruSaku fan."
Pretty much.
And the god said to Abraham, "Yay, you will become a NaruSaku fan."
I would like to. I would like any. Well, actually, I did encounter a few Narusaku late bloomer during the 615 hurrah, which is weird because you never expect to get any new member in that time of period. So.
Well, I remember one ex-Narahina fan went to chat anonymously and said when he or she read the chapter, let's see, she was disgusted by Hinata thinking of the big holding Hinata's hand and thinking about Neji's death while everyone was going, "Yay, no Hina, no Hina, no Hina!"
Yeah, well, I was more like give it a reason why I don't think this is the end game because of it. But yeah, after doing that discussion, I was like, I just realized how kind of neglected she was doing, and then that picture hits me every time I see it. It's like little like a chibi version of them. She all nice and Naruto while she's sitting on the corpse of Neji. That seemed demeaning, but at the same time, that's kind of what the impression it gave you.
Hinata, I died for your sins in every way a possible person can.
I remember this gift that had Neji when they did that joke fight routine in the Rock Lee thing. He went like, "B-word, I died for you and all your fingers Naruto's hand," and he kept saying he would haunt the two forever as they got together. Something like that. It went on a bit.
Why must you hurt me, Hinata?
Am I gonna get development out of this?
No. Well, it's good to have you on board, Blue Star.
Thank you. You can call me Saber for short. My friends usually do it on the base.
Call you what for short?
Saber. Most of my friends from the base call me Saber.
Oh, I just want to call you Blue Dabu Diba Dabai.
Okay, that could work too.
But what if I say, hey, I bought a saber? That means I just bought you. I don't want to mix up.
Okay, fine.
It's always a pleasure to have new people around here.
Hey, that's prostitution, and it's frowned upon in some countries.
Isn't it frowned upon in all countries?
Openly, yes. Secretly, no.
Is America the worst of it?
Define worse. Because there's some areas where if you turn down the wrong street, New York, you end up with a woman at your car door saying, "Hey, Daddy, you want to have a good time?"
What about Las Vegas?
Las Vegas, I don't think...
There are a lot of slots in Las Vegas.
Yeah, there's slots in Las Vegas, but I don't think there's...
No, slots.
Viva Las Vegas.
Speaking of prostitution, do you hear that the red light district is becoming the blue ball district?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Red light district in Amsterdam.
Okay, we're gonna go off on a tangent for this one, for me to explain this joke. In Denmark, there's something called the red light district, and in there, you can, basically buy sex. It's bad, kids. Don't follow it. Anyway, it's... I'm trying to make the joke that it's slowly shrinking and shrinking and shrinking until we get the blue ball corner.
I think I get it.
It's where the stereotype... Yeah. It's where the stereotype of all Amsterdam women are whores comes from.
Yeah.
The red light district.
So you can either go there, or you can go to Miami.
Alright, fair enough. Might as well stay away from there.
Hey guys, check it out. Look at that whore. How do you know she's a whore? Because all Amsterdam women are whores. Anne Frank wasn't a whore. Anne Frank was a Jew whore.
We're going to hell.
Yeah.
Alright, so chapter 655. Again, we're getting close to 660. I still having high hopes about this one. My theory.
You mean
have-
the big NaruSaku moment?
Yes.
Technically, you have either 4 chapters to go, 5 chapters to go, 6 chapters to go, or 7 chapters to go. Which are the numbers 649, 649. We passed that. 659, 660, 661, and at the most 662.
Huh.
I hear we get a NaruSaku sex scene at 669. Oh! No.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
I went there.
I don't think Mr. Kishi would do that.
Oh. I
Hey.
disappoint.
Wasn't there one in Shonen? I'm trying to remember.
What?
Wasn't there a sex scene in Shonen ever? I believe there was. I don't remember.
No, they're
No?
not in the history of the shonen genre.
Fine.
There has
Fine.
never been a sex scene.
Fine.
Now, Kishimoto
But
also has a problem drawing women. He can't draw them like Ichiro Oda can in One Piece. Give them impossible hourglass figures.
Fine.
Curves.
Well, I did see teenage level sex scenes still. So, you know, if Shonen's targeted sex scene is not stopping them, the only one that's stopping them is the editors. So
Well,
there
I
you
mean,
go.
there are makeout scenes in
Right.
some shonen manga, like
You're not gonna see it complete naked. Go PG-13. That's
I wouldn't
the
want
one
to see
thing I
him make
forgot
out
to
with
say.
NaruSaku.
You know, a cover over the bodies, not full nudity. If that's what you're thinking.
no, the most you're ever gonna get with that is the Dragon Ball manga in the first 15
Oh
chapters.
yeah, I remember.
Oh.
What you mean when they kept showing Goku's little dingaling?
No,
Well,
no.
oh.
Besides that, but it's the one scene where,
Where Bulma, she flashes Roshi, but she thinks she has her underwear on, and wow,
Her bushes, pretty much. Her bush, pretty much.
yeah,
Yes.
let's go with it this way. And not to mention the earlier
Or
scene,
bum bum.
you know, yeah. Not to mention the earlier scene, Goku thought, you know,
How come there's no
would have
bulge?
this- yeah. Goku
Where's the
thought she
bulge?
was.
and
Oh, I remember the. I think it was Krillin or it was Oolong. I think like it was just randomly pulled a shirt. You could actually see her things. You know,
it was Krillin, and he pulled her shirt down so that Yamcha could fight an invisible dude.
right.
But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think back then, you know, much like PG in movies back then, like in the 80s, it wasn't that restrictive. I mean, a PG movie, you could say shit for all you care, and it's weird, but you could do it.
So bottom line, you can't get full frontal nudity in
Not
shonen.
anymore.
You can get partial sometimes, but not anymore.
You're going to get them in Gundams now.
Yes.
Some Gundam style.
But
I was just about to make that joke. You
I beat you to it.
You took my job. He took my job.
He took his job.
So on the other hand,
They broke
Yeah.
his jaw.
though on the other hand, the anime and certain color pages of, I think it's just one color pages from Kishi, it kind of gives you that Gundam vibe of like, oh yeah, look at the background, it's like that monster's power, and somehow I'm naked thingy. I guess because you
I'm
know,
naked.
yeah, I guess because in Japan is the when it comes to spirits, there's no such thing as spirits with clothing. It's more like spirits just dumb, like full nudity.
Unless you kill your clothes, and you can get the spirits of the clothes.
Yeah.
Dang.
Take that, jeans.
Uh,
I mean, that's what it is supplying. But like I said, I don't think Naruto's gonna do that unless it goes Gundam. But no.
Gundam style.
I mean, the most you're gonna get in Naruto is a bare your midriff.
And the most you get in the anime world is that ending, but that's it.
Oh, the naked scene of Hinata in the waterfall. That's filler, you idiots.
Plus, she was covered in shadows, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, it was
Either
still
way.
filler.
The closest, I think the closest.
Shut up.
The fact that Naruto said the naked girl was pretty.
I think the closest you could get for Naruto is, let's see, in the anime world, be Chikara. In the Kishimoto world, it will be probably Road to Ninja movie at the very least, because show more curvies. That's the closest you get, and plus you get to
Kirby's?
see
Plus
you get to
football that
see
eats everything?
plus you can see like the most of the guys in the backside, of course. I mean, if you saw the movie, you could see everyone buttocks.
And side
That's guys,
anything on the
unfortunately. For
sizes.
us, guys.
So, are we going to be talking about the chapter anytime soon?
Oh,
Yes,
that's right.
let's.
Chapter? What chapter? Oh, right.
Chapter
55.
I like to call it my kill first.
I kill first.
Yeah, Sasuke's like, yeah, I'm gonna go for that
Yeah,
kill.
this is like, welcome
Team
to-
kill. Nope, I'm
welcome-
going for that kill.
Yeah, welcome
And
to
Madara
League of
probably
Legends
show up.
Naruto Edition. You KS'd me!
I just like how Kakashi just appears like, oh, it's my kill.
Yeah, like
And
Kakashi.
Minato stops him.
Apparently Kakashi is the jungler.
Yeah.
Was doing some
I
game.
couldn't. Naruto should have told Sasuke, like, just let him go. He stole my kill with Kakuzu. So, what else is new?
Alright, so
But let's go into the chapter, seriously.
alright,
So in the first panel here, we got all the Biju are now out, and we got Son Goku over here, and saying, "You kept your promise, Naruto. You really saved us." Of course
Yes.
I did.
And now time I turn to Super Saiyan. All right, go on. Yeah, that's one last DBZ reference for me.
Yosh. We got
Yeah.
I think Dragon Ball gets talked a lot about in these.
Right, his name is Son Goku. I'm sorry. Just go.
Yeah. So
It was an easy joke.
mhm. And we got most of the tail beasts just doing some one-word inner monologues. Like, we were lucky. You're skilled. Really? Yeah. Nice. This boy is, all that.
Yeah, more
that
foreshadow
jazz.
for the Ricardo Senate the second.
your kung fu is
Real.
good.
And all of a sudden, Sasuke runs in front of Naruto, pulls out his sword, and proceeds to kill Obito. And Naruto's like, hey. And
Also,
Naruto's like,
the return of the Cloud Ninja C, if you noticed. Do you know that one that Sasuke genjutsu'd in the
yeah,
against the Hokage?
yeah. So Naruto
That-
goes like, hey, wait, Sasuke! That guy, what happened to him? There, he's still alive! And
Last time,
Naruto-
wasn't he wounded the last time we saw him? He was had like wood around him, that wood pikes.
Yeah.
6
So
1.
Obito's lying down, and he's like, that's right, I lost. I'm about to die. And then out of nowhere, though we did expect his return sometime, Kakashi appears from the hidden dimensional void after stitching himself up. Sasuke stops. Go ahead.
You gotta give Kakashi credit. He always wait for the right moment to do a kill, a steal kill, whatever you say. KS.
Even in battle, he's late.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying. Look at Kaguzu. He just had to stand there, and it's like, oh yeah, now it's the Rasengan. I am a Rising Shuriken. Okay, my kill because he's tired, he's healing. Oh, I'm gonna kill this guy, and now Obito. Ooh, that was hard. I didn't think they would release the Bijus. My kill, So you gotta give him that credit. That is smart. I think.
I just thought of something.
What?
Now that they pulled out all the essences of basically that made up the Ten Tails, right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
happened to the gourd? Damn.
I
I think we'll find out because I think aren't there like 2 Cloud Ninjas stuck in there?
Maybe they probably explain it by Madara because he does know they use the gore on Tensei. So he probably explained like, even though you take all those beasts, for some reason that tree is still alive, even though it's the weakest state. But that because That because technically the other parts are still inside Obito, maybe because it seems possible still.
Just in case for those who don't know what we're talking about, I'm talking about the Sage of Six Packs gourd. I think it's called the Amber.
5 sacred treasures, something.
Yeah, the Amber, the Amber something, the Amber purifying pod. That's it. Yeah, which with the silver and gold brothers sealed inside.
When they were defeated by Daru and Team 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably hidden away somewhere, I think.
Anybody think that's going to be like a Chekhov's gun later down the road?
You can find it in Volume 56.
This is how we seal Madara. Quick, don't look directly into the trap. I looked at the trap, Naruto.
It's their version of Death Zone. Dead Zone. Sorry.
Yeah, the warp.
Don't you mean Phantom Zone? It's like Superman. It's like
No, I mean I was referring to
Dead Zone and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Or
because
Garlic Jr.'s locked up.
Yeah, Dragon Ball gets mentioned a lot on these podcasts.
Well, I'm just saying because it's funny how Madara is claimed to be immortal, technically speaking. So, what could be worse than What could be worse than go back to dead? Actually, stay alive but stuck inside in one spot forever.
fate worse than it.
Yeah, fate worse than death.
Yeah, it's pretty much. But I don't know if
You always end up in
that's what direction
Obito's
they're going.
dimension.
I'm sorry, what?
He never raised his voice. The fury of the Time Lord. We wanted to live forever, and he made sure that we did.
Oh my god.
Doctor
I
Who
mean-
reference, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, so
They're
Kakashi
doing-
goes like,
What's
So-
the 50th special?
we can talk later. I'm sorry for showing up late, but I used to be his friend and teammate, so let me take my responsibilities here and kill him. No, Kakashi Sensei! And Kakashi's about to kill him when, lo and behold, Minato shows up and stops him.
No, Kakashi, don't do it. Your kunai is too weak. Use mine.
But I didn't have.
Are you making a reference to The Simpsons?
Yeah, I was gonna say no, don't do it. Your hand is too weak.
No, Lisa, don't do it. Your hands are too weak.
Too weak.
God. Okay, better or worse? Worse. Okay, better or worse? Much better.
My little...
Oh man.
Why you little?
All right, I think we had to
Oh,
come down the
man.
references. All right, let's go on.
See, this is
So
why
every
we're nerds.
ninja, so every ninja in the crowd is cheering for Obito to be killed. And he's like, "Yep, time to finish it. Go, kill him!" And Tsunade is just like, "Wait, stop cheering!" And then
Yeah.
Minato goes like, "Obito, when we
It
were
goes to
pulling
show
the
you we got. I'm sorry.
Like a Roman Coliseum. Live, or die,
It goes-
die.
It goes to show you we got a bunch of Sasuke in their teams. Nothing but kills. But then again, you can't blame them. But Sasuke was going
Yeah.
way too hasty. He's like,
this
"Alright,
guy's
go, go,
caused
go, go,
suffering
go."
and pain."
And
But
of
anyway,
course, we got people complaining that, oh, well, this is so stupid because Obito's not going to get what he deserves. He's not getting punished. Meow. Well, you know what, people? I'm going to tell you right now. There are other ways to punish people without, killing them.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I've tried to explain this so many times to people. It's like, oh, we want blood, we want blood, we want blood. Congratulations, you're just exactly like Obito. Congratulations, you are a villain
Villain.
because you want revenge.
I mean, even
thought is still in their heads and it's clouding their minds.
Yeah.
I mean, even Minato and Tsunade.
You hate the guy so much, you became him. Congratulations.
The hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Yes.
Yep, pretty much.
And by the way, this is supposed to be aimed towards kids. Now we're all relatively in our 20s, anywhere from like 18 or late 20s. Me myself, 26 years old. This is meant to be for 14-year-old kids. So the morals in here are going to be a little straightforward.
And also-
they need to be spelled out for people sometimes, and this is one of those moments.
Also, who knows? Maybe if you keep him alive, you get something in reward, don't you think? If you kill him, well, he's dead. Go on with your Madara fight.
I
But-
think when it comes to like mangas people saw when they were like younger and when they grow up, they expect it to grow with them instead of staying the same target.
Well, if you think about it, we did grow. Well, we are the characters. I mean, we do grow with them. We grow with the atmosphere become darker, which is kind of once rumored that the reason why the anime don't want to go to part 2 is because it was darker.
And who knows, maybe Obito will die one of two ways. One way, Madara will pull a "you have become useless now" kind of death, and the other way, death equals redemption. So, we have Minato here. He goes like, Obito, when we were pulling each other's chakra, I was able to see inside your heart. My son gave you quite a lecture. I guess he got that from his mother.
Well, we don't know where the talking comes from. We don't know where the talking is inherited from.
Mm-hmm.
And then Minato
Yeah, your mother had a big mouth too. No.
And then Minato turns to Kakashi. He turns to Kakashi and then he's like, but that's actually supposed to be your role. If there's someone here that can really understand Obito, it's you, Kakashi. You are his friend, after all.
I am?
Don't you think so, Naruto?
Wow,
And then
that's so
Naruto
perfect for that.
stopped
I
it.
could just see it coming out of Kakashi's just mouth. Like, I am?
I am? Nah, I'm good.
You're not supposed to
And then-
kill him. You're supposed to keep him alive and make sure he redeems for his. I'm. It is. Do what
I
now?
purposely have no regret in killing Rin. I mean, this is a sad day for all of us, team.
By the way, I want to bring this up.
Wait, actually go.
I want to bring this up. Who here has seen Kaze no Stigma?
No, I haven't. Never heard of it.
Okay,
I heard of it, to be honest, but I didn't see it.
okay. There's one episode. It's not really relevant to the plot because it's just kind of a side story that has no relevance later on in the story. So I'm just going to spoil this one.
That's a filler.
Okay.
There actually is a girl who wanted to take her revenge against What's his name? Kazuma?
The main character?
Yeah. Kazuma, sorry. Right, you wanted to take
Let's say main
She
character.
wanted to take her revenge against it because he didn't do it, but he inadvertently caused the death of her brother. Now, she ended up killing her entire family off, literally her entire family off, to get power to kill him. And she said she's talked the same way that Obito did. Oh, this world is nothing. All the purpose is revenge and getting what I want. Did she die in the end? No. You know why? Because Cosmo's like, killing you is not going to bring these people back to life. You want to make things better? Stay alive and make up for it. So what does she do? She goes to a nunnery. And
She goes where?
to a nunnery.
Oh, okay.
And get thee to a nunnery. Anyway, but I wanted to bring this up because even though it's a smaller scale to what Obito did, I'm just making the point that just because the character doesn't die doesn't mean they're not going to get punished. It just means that their punishment is going to be different.
Yeah.
They're most likely going to have a guilt punishment. Sort of thing.
Yeah, and think about this for a second. Isn't death a little bit too easy?
It is easy.
You know,
Like,
Yeah.
we're just going to silly kill the character.
Unless it's slow and drawn out.
it's like I always said that for like quite a while. Even the whole Itachi versus Kabuto fight, regardless with the ass pull by the end, the point was, and technically speaking, Sasuke versus and Itachi versus Kabuto, they would have easily killed them. But unfortunately, if they killed them, then the Itos can be stopped. So that's like, put it this way: knocking him out or make him talk is much harder than kill him. Killing a person. Is because you can, because if you're too powerful, then you don't want to kill them, and you gotta lower your tactics. You gotta change all your strategy and stuff like that. It's like, damn, I can't really kill him because if I kill him, then I can't get the information. So I gotta play safe. If I don't play it safe, I screw up. But it's gonna be much harder because I never did that before.
And isn't the whole point of this manga to try to tell you that taking revenge is bad?
Yes, Sasuke.
Look at
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, but that's the reason why. That's the reason why we have two revenge.
Yeah, and it seems like people do not get this, and this is kind of like getting on my nerves about it because I keep pointing this out and people hate it when I point it out to them. Oh, Peter deserves to die for all the stuff that he did because he owes all the people who he caused people to suffer. If the people really wanted to kill him because he made them suffer, then he's no better than they are no better than him. And Naruto's whole point is that revenge is bad.
Rise above that.
Okay?
Yeah.
And there's a difference between vengeance and punishment. And justice. Punishment and justice. There's a difference between these two things, okay? Vengeance is an emotional response. Justice is a non-emotional, what's the word I want to go for here? Well, you know what it is. It's a way to punish somebody and make them make up for what they did without emotionally sacrificing. It's an objective.
I also want to point out that the general rule of thumb in most shonen manga is that the main hero or the main protagonist does not kill the villain directly. The villain is killed indirectly, either falling rocks, an explosion, by another character, or just some weird coincidence altogether.
Well,
Case in point, when Luffy fought Arlong, he didn't kill him, the building did. When Goku fought Frieza, he didn't kill him, Trunks did.
Well, yeah, but
when Kakashi and Naruto fought Zabuza, they didn't kill him, he killed himself. Yeah. So, it's a general rule of thumb in the
Goku did kill Boo.
Ginja.
I forgot.
Bleach.
I forgot what. I think it was a game or probably a show that the bad guy never gets killed, but always get killed itself. Well, I guess you could argue a lot of Disney movie they get themselves killed without having the protagonist kill them. Like
a Disney villain death. Per
Who
se.
here likes Batman?
I
do.
Who
here likes Batman? Well, guess what? Batman doesn't kill the Joker. Know how much bad shit stuff he
Joker
does.
let himself die.
You know why? Because if Batman killed the Joker, he would be no better than the Joker, and he wants to be better than the Joker.
Yeah.
Batman could easily kill the Joker anytime he wants to, but he doesn't because he understands that he is supposed to take the moral high ground, no matter what.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, I understand that this will cause people to question the hero and his motives, but he could take it. Because he's not the ninja Konoha
I must admit,
needs,
I find it,
but it's the one it deserves right now.
Wasn't there like this Superman animated movie where at first there's these 4 guys that start killing supervillains, and then they fight Superman, and Superman pretends to have gone kill mode. He pretty much pretends to kill them until eventually he shows that he didn't, and it shows the people.
Superman versus the Elite.
Yeah, that's the one.
There you go.
Yeah. But
anyway.
So yeah, pretty much villains will end up killing themselves or killing themselves either because of their character or because of their redemption. It's either one of the two. When I mean character, it's mean like a person would become too selfish to the point that he would end up suicidal without realizing it.
Yeah.
Kind of like hanging yourself accidental, even though, accidental, but you're too hell bent on vengeance and stuff like that. Or like Moby Dick's story, pretty much.
You mean where the captain goes completely obsessed over killing a whale?
Yeah, pretty much. Like you just lose track of yourself. Villains usually happens like that, but they just lose themselves at the point.
Well, either that or they take the M. Bison route and for you, the day Bison graced your village was a day long to remember. For me,
so old villains pretty much.
Or in Batman Beyond,
and you guessed it, try to take over the world. Of course.
Batman Beyond, when Terry confronts the Blight. And he goes you killed my father. And Blight goes, do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? Kills so many people, doesn't even keep track. That's how evil.
I never heard.
Why do you persist? I killed your father and now you all whiny? Hell, I killed my father. You don't see me crying about it.
That was one cool line. I actually like that. Yeah, I killed your father. What is it with you anyway? I killed my father too, but you don't see me whining about it. I was like, damn. That is pretty villainy.
That's a pretty good point, fucker.
But yeah, but it's not like Obito.
Games
It's
of
not like
fathers.
Obito will be handshake, get the Hokage title instant once he goes back. That's doesn't seem like that's the case.
Hey, anyway, so Minato looks over to Naruto and he goes like, Naruto, you and the rest of the alliance should go support the first Hokage. You still have to steal Madara. And Naruto's like, oh shit, yeah, he's still around. And so they
he's such a filler. Let's get him. What?
so
That's
they
the
all
way they say it.
so they all leave, and this leaves Minato, Kakashi, and Obito to their thoughts. So Minato turns to Kakashi and goes like, you were younger than Naruto's current age. Do you remember all the missions we cleared together? Rin, as a medical ninja, protected you too earnestly. She definitely wouldn't want to
Ninjas
see
are useful.
But I suppose it's my fault for letting all this happen. So then Minato rambles on some more. It's not a coincidence that despite being dead, I can stand beside you two now. Maybe it's Rin who wanted this. What are you still doing? You're supposed to be the teacher, she would always say. I'm sorry for being unable to protect Rin.
That was a sexy voice. Can you do it again?
What are you doing? You're supposed to be the teacher.
Perfect. Well, I got that one.
Would Sakura ever say that to Kakashi? Do you think she would?
It'd probably be in her character to do that, yeah. So then Obito goes, Rin, she was my only ray of light.
That's probably going to piss off a lot of people.
After losing, and Obito rambles on some more. After losing Rin, the world.
I think it already pissed off a lot of people.
It was just a pitch black hell. There's no hope in this world. I walked around the world on behalf of Madara, and everything I saw just confirmed my belief. Even with the Sharingan, I could see nothing. There was nothing. And Kakashi speaks for a bit. I don't really understand either. Obito asks him, then why didn't you follow my path? Kakashi retorts, indeed, the path you chose was another possibility. But it might have not been a mistake, actually.
Well, I think we're missing something, aren't we? I mean, you're reading this off, that's fine, but I think we're missing something. We have Naruto doing like an ADHD moment. Aren't you supposed to be taking care of Madara? Oh yeah, that's right. Hold on.
Yeah, you already said that already.
We already said that.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that. I kept hearing about Kakashi, and Kakashi says this.
No,
and
you already said that. That's why I said like, oh yeah, I forgot about him. He's like such a filler. Let's go.
Oh, I didn't hear that at all. I must have spaced
That would
out.
probably pissed off fans.
Okay. If they destroy him in the next two chapters, it feels fillery. But anyway, go on.
I mentioned like Naruto, you go to Madara's still on. Oh shit, yeah, come on, let's go. And everyone leaves, leaving, Kakashi, Minato, and Obito to their thoughts.
Yep.
But, Kakashi rambles on some more. He thinks that because he could have gone down this path because he lost both of his teammates, his father, his mother, and Minato. But then he remembers what Obito once told him. I'll give you my Sharingan. No matter what the others say, you are a perfect Jonin.
So basically, this whole chapter is Kakashi doing a monologue and explaining to Obito, and Obito's still like,
Well, the thing is, Obito is going to be watching to see how Naruto will prove a point that he can't succeed. So now he's watching their view. He's like, okay, I want to be a spectator and see if this is really true. So pretty much when they defeat Madara, there you go. That is hope.
I really, really wish we didn't get all those TNJs with the stupid Edo Tensei.
I'm scared, to be honest. That would go so much of One Piece route. I can handle that.
I mean, like everyone's like, oh no, more TNJ, more TNJ.
Oh, no,
Oh
no, I don't mind.
god.
I don't mind
Swear to
TNJ.
talking.
I don't mind TNJ, but what's the reward for it? I'm skeptical. I don't want to
The
be
reward,
like,
the
huh?
reward is either more exposition or more insight on the character's mind.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind those, but like Nagato reward is pretty much revive everyone that he does damage. Obito reward could be reviving everyone.
I don't think Mr. Kishi's gonna do that again.
If he could, if he's gonna do it very limited. Don't do it to the entire people. Like do it like as the best I can. I never noticed how cruel and kind of realistic way. But it's funny in I can't believe I'm going back again. It's funny in Dragon Ball Z. They like if you remember in Namek Saga, they plan to use the Dragon Ball in the Earth to revive everyone who died in planet Namek by Frieza's army. And then later on, they was doing tally count, and they found out that they're still missing Namekians, and that's when Vegeta's like, "Oh yeah, that was my kill." It's like, why didn't he get revived? By that time, I'm not even his man anymore. So there you go, they're still dead. Are you mad? I was like, wow, that's messed up. But the point is, at least you limit them to that that circuit that certain circumstance. So basically, it's like this: if the revival could happen, maybe the revival could happen only to the one that just died just recently by absorption or something that's like physically still there. If you somehow can revive everyone, even when their body is gone, then that's just too much.
Okay.
Yeah, like all of a sudden you hear like, "Hey, is that my dad? Hey, Shikamaru, my dad is alive too." That would be like, "Oh dear." So pretty much, if you have these if you have Ino and Shikamaru dead alive, then this is the biggest cop out you're probably gonna hear for a while.
Yep. So then Obito looks up at Naruto, who's leading everyone else over this crater wall to where they're going to fight. Find Madara and the first Hokage still going at it. And Obito asks Kakashi, "Is that Naruto? How can you be sure that his path won't lead to failure?" And Kakashi admits, well, he might fail. In fact, he could fail. But Obito, as far as I can affirm, that he won't fail as much as you. Then what makes me and Then Obito asks, well, then what makes me and Naruto different? Why do you care so much for him? And Kakashi answers, because if he trips on his path, I'll be there to help him.
That and pretty much everyone is friends.
Yep. And then Obito
You
asks...
see, Obito, true failure is not to never succeeding, but to never trying. And you just didn't try.
You flop.
You might have ended up Hokage if he did.
So then Obito asks one last question here, and he goes, then why would you help him? Kakashi turns, looks at Naruto, and goes, because he's not going to give up on his dream and on the real world. That's just how he is.
Mm-hmm.
And his actions attract his comrades. And we have a small panel here of Naruto going, found him!
I found you.
Yep.
Great, Naruto's a regular GPS. What are you gonna do now, Naruto? Found it!
Sure.
And Kakashi goes like, you feel as though you want to help him. And with the more people supporting him, the closer he will get to the goal. That's the difference between you two.
The goal.
And we got nice panel shot here of utter darkness and clouds and the moon.
Yeah. wonder how
Yeah.
long this day has been so far. I wonder it's almost morning time.
Happy birthday, Naruto, then!
Yeah. We got a small. Go ahead.
One thing I noticed, well, actually, can you do Rising Shuriken as a QB?
Didn't he do it against his fight against the third Hokage?
No, I mean, like, can he do Rising Shuriken as in Biju mode?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why didn't he go into one just now?
Because
Oh,
I don't think it would have did anything regardless.
Yeah, but
Because we
Man.
saw him do it. Remember, he did the thing with the finger. Zzz, made the
Yeah.
tiny one. And he threw it, and it.
yeah, I
Yep.
know. I'm just talking about right now. Like,
Oh, like why did
Yeah.
he go into Ninetales mode to do this thing?
yeah. Is that like a sign?
We don't know.
Like,
I don't know. I don't have an
chakra.
answer for you. It could be anything. Because he didn't think
I'm
about
not-
it.
He's probably trying to fight on before QB recharge his chakra one more time. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Are you okay, Kurama? Yeah, the last one took a lot out of me.
Well, it did. I mean, he
I need
has to
some
make
I
blood.
want
Yeah.
to finally reach
Anyone got a light? I need a cigarette.
this limit using the Ninetales power in this fight. I mean, he's kind of used it a lot of times. There's probably a limit.
Yeah.
By the
So-
way, I remember some people telling me that it was bull crap with the Christian
What?
I mean, a giant tree.
with Christian overtones
Oh.
in this
boy.
manga. Well, whoop-de-doo! Last panel of this chapter, we get something that looks like the Star of David. Or, I'm sorry, the Holy Star.
A shining light
Yeah,
to guide in the darkness.
yeah. Does anybody want to still say I'm bullcrap on this one?
No? I didn't think you were saying any bull.
So basically, Naruto is Jesus. He can walk on water, he can cure sins, and apparently he can come back from the dead.
Well, he can't turn water into wine.
Well, I think
He's still working on that one.
Maybe
Yeah.
hold on to that argument if he ever gets extracted. hey, I got extracted and I'm still alive. Then we can talk.
That's how you explain the resurrection. It's a shadow clone!
Resurrection.
So as
Crucified a
Naruto,
shadow clone.
here sits atop this crater wall face. He prepares to throw a Rasen Shuriken, and we cut back to Obito and Kakashi.
I can make it
And I'll-
bigger. That's what she said.
Yep.
Sorry.
We need a bigger one. And Obito asks Kakashi, "Are you really saying that something like that exists in this black hell?"
No.
Kakashi answers, "You could see it too if you wanted. We do have the same eyes. If comrades you can trust are with you, you might be able to see hope clearly. I think that's what I think, Obito." And the chapter ends here with a little side note here saying, next week the series takes a break. It will restart in issue number 1.
No.
That's even the week after in December, I believe.
Oh well. Enjoy your turkeys.
Yeah. So, no podcast next week. That's what that means.
Pretty much.
I know you're all so disappointed.
I think it
Well,
means no
it's a Doctor Who
podcast.
special.
I think it means no podcast until January, because if I know Weekly Shonen Jump, then they always start the January issues with issue number 1.
Yeah, but didn't
Actually, we get.
but last year we had a chapter in December, didn't we?
I think
Maybe.
there's
Yeah,
some. Yeah, we did. Actually,
Ah.
I believe we got a timeline from somewhere. The timetable. Let me find it. It was already posted. So we will get the chapter in 2 weeks.
Or
Um,
maybe,
well,
or maybe, or maybe Kishimoto is taking an extended vacation with his family.
no. I mean, it's already planned.
Have
Hold
a
on a second.
vacation, Kenny.
Well, don't they say they
Okay.
have like 2 or 3 of these chapters pre-base?
Yeah, more or less. Okay, it says, okay, one person recorded said there's no chapter next week. It will return in 11:27. That's Wednesday. Nah, yeah, that's a Wednesday. I'm still trying to find a timetable so you can discuss along with it.
Uh huh.
As my dogs start bark. Alright.
Speaking of looking at him with the same eyes, could you just imagine Obito going to Kakashi going, "Speaking of eyes, I saw you checking out Kurenai's ass. I saw it all.
Hey.
Uncle.
How could you do that? Does Asuma know? He's dead. Oh, well, that explains it."
I blame
He also-
Jaira teaching me this.
I think he kind of knows, given the fact that Asuma was with the Edo Tenseis when they marched off to war.
Still trying to find a timetable.
Still did not summon that Chuck Norris Edo Tensei.
I can't find it. I know I saw it. Oh wait, there you go. Okay, according to this, we're supposed
Send
to
us
get.
the link.
Right, I guess I have to search the website in my phone now.
Okay, fine. Don't just
no,
say it.
no, wait, I got it.
Say
Oh,
it. Say it. Just
Fine.
say it.
All right. According to him, or them, we get chapter November 27th, and then we get chapter December 4th, then the 11th, then the 18th, then the 25th, and then there will be a 3 weeks break, and then we come back to January 15th.
And before lucky, we'll get a NaruSaku chapter before Christmas.
If that happens, hallelujah.
Alright, so that means there's no chapter next week. There's a chapter the week afterward. There's a chapter the week after that. And after that, there's another chapter, and it goes all the way from... So basically, we're skipping 1 week, going 4 more chapters, and then a break until next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 weeks
I'm
break.
fine with that.
I'm fine with that too. As long as it has, yeah.
Yeah. As long as we don't get any Narahina stuff at the Christmas Eve.
I think last year's going to be the last chapter we could ever consider Narushina.
You know, it's funny because I've always feel like this is a bumpy year, but towards the end of this year, it feels like the build up or that wait for next year is gonna pay off heavily for anything in life. But for this case, I say NaruSaku is about to get dearly paid off, in my opinion. But I could be wrong.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, this week...
Go.
Okay. This week was 655. 27th is 56. 4th is the 57th, 58th, 59th. Dang it!
About 100 chapters since the Matter revelation.
Oh.
So we might get a
Hey.
we might get a NaruSaku Christmas present this year.
Ding, 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 ding.
In 659.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, remember, that Naruhina technically happened this year. It's just that we leaked it too early. Just saying.
Just Uzumaki.
But then we got in April, we got ourselves at 631. So,
Suppose in May we got 631.
Good birthday present.
yeah. All as well as ends well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that we wait for this chapter. So, what's our thoughts?
For this chapter?
Yes.
I like it. Must admit, a bit disappointed with it at first until I reread it a second time. But I honestly like it because we got a Team Minato reunion at last, sort of. Well, guys reunion.
Yeah. Let's see. Sure, worry. Oh, you're not done. You done or not? Sorry. Oh,
Is he done?
Yes.
that's the yes. All right. I guess I mean, I like the chapter. Not much to say. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, whatever Kakashi says is said. That's all I could say. To be honest, the only thing I'm more curious is Madara, but I'll save that discussion after you have heard. I'll save that discussion after tell our thoughts
Much
on
later.
the chapter. Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping Team 7 takes Madara down.
Well, and like I said, we discuss soon, but yeah, okay. So, your thoughts, Stefan, Steven, I think.
LK.
Yes, the guy whose name nobody can pronounce. This is why I say also known as Steve. Anyway.
Okay, gotta remember that.
So anyway, what do I think of this chapter? Well, I think it was a pretty good chapter for development on Kakashi's end. I mean, granted, he is an adult. I don't think his character can be developed more, but it's always a nice treat to see some adult characters get some development in this series. I do like the cliffhanger ending here. While it's not a major cliffhanger ending, it's a pretty good cliffhanger for the moment that the series will be on hiatus.
Don't worry,
I also like some of the armor-piercing questions Obito asks Kakashi. I suppose it's what any person would ask, really, but coming from him, it's much more symbolic. And as we all know, Kishimoto is always on the symbolism thing, be it objects or people or ideas in general.
Or foreheads.
Or foreheads.
Okay.
Yeah, let's save more discussion for later.
Okay. Stop. Or James.
Either or will do. You may also call me. You may also call me Super Thing, King Thing, Chocolate Thunder, or Ben. Hit Dynamite. It was a meh chapter for me. Not bad, but not extremely good either. So it was interesting to see the dynamic of the old of Obito, Minato, and Kakashi just finally getting everything off the chest. That in some way they all feel responsible for Rin's death.
Yeah, because Minato wasn't there. Kakashi didn't have that much choice.
Obito arrived too late to stop anything from happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Obito pretty much destroyed her value of sacrifice into the grave, pretty much.
I just don't know how long I can stay on the heaven and earth forms.
Why is that?
Well, it seems like every time I question somebody's weird morality system about whether or not Obito should be punished or how his punishment should play out, people get really bloodthirsty with me.
Well, you gotta think of this way. It's not like everybody's gonna have open arms well, go back to Konoha, Obito. That's far past too late. So, it's not like she caught... Huh?
60,000 shinobi by now. Maybe 70,000. I don't know. Probably at least 10,000 shinobi left, I'm guessing.
Everybody's gonna hate him.
I just have this weird, I don't know. My biggest problem is that everyone is having a problem with the idea that Obito lives and then lives the rest of his life trying to redeem himself. They have a problem with this. I don't know why they do, but I guess they do, because I think he's unredeemable.
I think one of the reasons is they want a villain that will stay a villain, in their opinion.
Yeah, but
Okay,
that's
then let
not to say
Sasuke stay
do
a
so.
villain and kill him off.
What about Orochimaru? He'll probably stay a villain.
Oh, he's gonna
But he
die.
never stays dead. Yeah, he stays a villain, but he never stays dead. I mean, they want best of both worlds. They want a villain that stays a villain and dies. Oh, by the way, we don't want just any villain. We want a main villain.
Well,
Like what about what's his name? What about all the Akatsuki members over like all but two of them?
Kato and Kedra come to mind with me. They seem irredeemable. Because
the immortal guys were irredeemable. They was irredeemable. Everybody was irredeemable.
But I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say here is, it's really hard for me to find the words to say this. Is like, Obito, at least there's something to be redeemed from. You know, he did bad shit. He has to redeem from it some way, somehow. That makes sense. Unfortunately, when you come to Sasuke's redemption, either people think that he's not enough a villain to be redeemed from it, he doesn't want the redemption, or everybody just kind of hand waves all his evil deeds to the point that it seems like a redemption is pointless. You have to do something bad to redeem from it, and if all you're going to do is say that Sasuke has never done anything evil before in his life, then there's nothing for him to be redeemed from. There is no redemption for Sasuke in that case.
No, that's all the K11 and the Kages.
So, why, like, I don't get it. I mean, it's just because, I guess it's just because of my opinion, but, like, I'm more satisfied with Obito getting redemption and his story playing out like that than I am satisfied with Sasuke's story ending up that way, because it seems like Sasuke is just so flat.
You really don't like Sasuke.
I don't. No, I don't like him. I don't. And no, unlike what some people say, it is not, and you know who you are, it's not because I think he interferes with NaruSaku. People gotta stop that crap. I hate Sasuke because I think he's a poor written character. I think he's full of crap. He's unpredictable, not in a good way, mind you, because I know unpredictable characters that are really good, but he's unpredictable in the sense that, yeah, he is. But he's unpredictable in the sense it's just like, oh, well, now we need him to be a villain. Okay, well, now I want to destroy the village. Oh, well, Sasuke, you can't be a villain. We have to have you being a good guy. Oh, well, okay, then I'll just become Hokage then.
You must have hated 627 then.
Oh, did I hate 627? Oh, God. Oh, don't even remind me.
Sure,
Does that mean you hate the idea of Sasuke and Karin getting together?
Oh, no, they can get together all they want. She's crazy, he's crazy, it's a crazy heaven. Seriously, the fact that she got stabbed, 2 assholes on the first date.
One is blind, one is
you have to admit, Karin at least calls out Sasuke's crap most of the time.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
she just falls for him, but she does call his crap, but she falls for it. Well, not fall for like an idiot, but you know what I mean. But anyway,
we all know that she wants Sasuke's Chidori. In his pants.
But you know the thing is, I think he should dodge the. Should he be returned home with some consequences? I think he's going to dodge that question for Obito, because it seems like I still think Obito is going to die before the war officially ends. So yeah, I think that question might be hold on for Sasuke. Should we give him the redemption with a huge consequences, or what? You know what I mean? Because I feel like Kishimoto is not.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, because Kishimoto seems to be like the guy who always show you one thing and one thing only. Like, we got a funeral scene. We're gonna only give you one epic funeral scene because it's the one time you're only going to see. If you're going to see another funeral, it's going to be very short. If you want to see how
The
You wanna
final
see how-
Kage, we had a big funeral, and then with Asuma, we had a quick one.
Yeah, if you wanna, a close enough kiss scene for two. You want a kiss scene? I'm not. I have the potential to show that, but I'm gonna just tease you. So the only one I gonna tease you close enough was Conan and Yahiko, because they were getting too close. But yeah, you don't see the scene on screen scene. So
You
stuff
see
like that.
Nagato smiling.
Huh?
You see Nagato smiling out of the rain when the kiss
Yeah,
probably.
but you get the idea. My point is it's a one time deal, whatever it is. It was like marriage. Do we ever see a marriage scene? Do we even know how marriage works? No, but
Probably not. It probably
but
got Kishimoto.
but it's
Probably.
it's possibly they could save that for NaruSaku.
That's gonna cause explosions on the internet.
Hey, the point
In his
is
pants.
the point is Kishi doesn't do it twice. I guess you could say he don't. What's that word? Yeah, don't do it twice. I don't know.
Don't repeat
But
performances.
now we're gonna see another huge revival with Rinne Tensei.
Well, that's how I'm betting on that. Like, don't revive everyone, just revive a few.
And again, we have seen Edo Tensei quite a few times in the series.
Well, but this one is to the extreme one. This one was like the most complete version you could ever get, such as you could get a full control on the guys. What Kabuto did way earlier during his Zabuza part. You could control them completely. You could Edo Tensei yourself in order to make you unremovable. So there you have it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so Kishimoto, skip the romance, go straight to pregnancy.
I know, I ain't say that.
Hey, first, hey, Kurenai, I think you're beautiful. Here's some flowers. Next panel over. Hey, we're pregnant. Okay, what happened?
I still remember.
That was fast.
I still
Well,
remember
that escalated quickly.
I still remember I was caught off
Well, that
guard
was-
if she was pregnant.
Well, that was fast. What's that supposed to mean? No, nothing at all.
The power of jump cuts.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, like all of a sudden we just get a time skip. Here's Sakura pregnant with Naruto's kid.
Oh crap! But honestly, I
And
would
Hinata's the nanny. Ha 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 ha.
but you know,
That definitely
You know-
makes us mad.
but it would have been, it could, but almost impossible to be it'd be nice that Obito actually comes back. But like I said, the damage is done. If you think it's an easily healed wounded, you're wrong, because it's not. Again, you could kill like a good 75% of Konoha village family. Like, oh, you killed my dad, you killed my father, you killed my dad, you killed my mother, you son of a bitch. You think? Come on, you think everybody's gonna open arm, give a handshake, give him a pizza, candy,
Well,
all that crap?
but this is the
No.
problem. I'm not saying that they're all gonna, be all.
No, you're not saying
Yeah.
that. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying.
They're gonna give him
It's not to kill him either. It's not like death is like
No, I don't want.
punishment. Otherwise, just kill Sasuke off.
It's like I said in the forum. I think the villain, or even once a villain, for whatever reason, Kishi feels like he should do a Disney route. If you're a villain and you kill somebody, you're gonna die. You're gonna get axed, regardless. There is no scapegoat. I don't remember any Disney movie that has a scapegoat of not dead. Like, oh, I just killed your father. Oh, I got killed by a hyena. Oh, I just killed your father. Oh, I pretty much hang myself. Oh, I killed your father. Oh, hold on a second.
Oops. I know what he's saying. I get what he's saying. Yeah.
Karma. Is that what it's called? Karma?
Bottom line, even though everyone in the fandom is screaming for his
Blood.
death and for blood, it's just not going to happen no matter what. No matter how many petitions we may or may not send.
Because Kishimoto might even not know people are wanting death for this guy.
Plus, it's his story. He's allowed to do whatever the hell he wants.
It just baffles me how they're so lenient with Sasuke, though. Like, oh, Obito, he must die. Madara, he must die. Nagato, he must die. Sasuke, he must become a wandering samurai and never ever once pay for all his sins. Well, the punishment, he never gets to go back from Konoha. Yeah, that's a punishment for him.
Okay, I'm back.
He's banished from Konoha. Yeah, like that's a punishment for him. He never wanted to go back in the first place. You're just doing him a favor.
Well, I think this will be a moral lesson for Naruto himself, rather than like, kind of like if a lot of people are like, superstitious to themselves or very naive to themselves. It's like, hey, we're back together. It's like, oh, Naruto, I gotta tell you something. It's always good to be back as best friend. Listen, Naruto, it's not easy as you think. It's one of those moments you gotta realize in the end. It's just put it this way: if the announcement of banishment does happen, this won't be a big moral to Sasuke. It'll be a big moral to Naruto.
Well, yeah, aren't they all?
Okay. Aren't they all? And plus,
Okay,
I don't know.
I got two questions for you.
Okay.
For all of you.
Okay.
One. I know a lot of people who used to say to me that Nagato, like, because one of the arguments that people always brought to me that Naruto never forgave Nagato. I think that's crap. You don't think that by this time he hasn't forgiven Nagato by now? Especially after he brought back all those people. But that's not the question. Okay, that was just my comment. Anyway, if that is not if Nagato sacrificing himself is not a punishment, or is not an acceptable punishment or redemption, then oh crap! I forgot the question.
What if?
I got it going too.
I was on a roll here and I forgot it.
Oh man.
This is why you should write everything down in advance.
Okay. If death is the one punishment that people all agree on, Obito should die, Nagato should die, blah blah blah, this person should die. Why do people think that Sasuke's punishment should be so lenient?
Lenient as in banishment?
Yeah, like.
Well,
he should die for all the sins they committed. What about Sasuke for all the sins he committed? I just banish him.
Well, okay.
Well,
okay. I don't want to be too political, but for Vito, it's gonna be death because the crime what he does is not a crime or even a terrorist crime. It's more of a war crime. So. Because when it comes to war crime and you lose the battle, you're gonna end up dead. I mean, that's where a lot of people end up dead in the whole leadership from any world war, and that includes any war in general. So pretty much, Obito is just only going there with a human death rather than a death of I'm a monster, you can never kill me, and just die. So for Nagato, he just killed Konoha. Technically speaking, just killed Konoha. Yeah, he revived him back, but I get that's
out of the fence.
Yeah, but put it this way: if he revived him back and he would never die, it would be a different story. But since he died, we never get the answer. If he killed them, but then revived all of them, what's his punishment? It doesn't answer that question because he died beforehand. For Obito,
Dying from being his village head.
Right. For Obito, if he does die before this arc ends, then and again the answer won't get answered. And if Sasuke lives and he actually gets dragged to one of the system, then our question will be questioned, I guess, because this time it will be a real situation that we actually get to see how this thing will handle itself.
Good answer. Here's my answer to you, James. For Nagato, he was a victim of circumstance.
No.
Why are we laughing?
Otherwise, every fucking villain is a victim of circumstance. Obito is a victim of circumstance. Oh, gee, wait a minute. Didn't Madara kind of play him into being a puppet in this war? I think so. Couldn't you technically say that? I mean, it's like Itachi ruined Sasuke's life with the tormenting and the killing of the village and stuff like that. Isn't this kind of the same thing?
Let me rephrase that. He's a victim of circumstance in a very special way. For one thing, he actually had the power to redeem himself throughout his whole villainous life, and he did chose to go down that path, almost by himself. I mean, he was influenced by Naruto, but that's besides the point. Obito, on the other hand, is while he didn't start. Nagato was an orphan who was exposed to war. Obito was exposed to war, but he also experienced friendship, and undoubtedly he thought that Kakashi would keep his end of the bargain in keeping the love of his life safe. So when he didn't see that promise being kept, this is when he turned to the dark side, so to speak, that there's no hope in this world, and that if even the one I love most can die, then why
What's
can't
the
I
point?
just... Yeah. So... Sasuke possibly had the chance to not go down this path because he was slowly being normalized by Naruto and Sakura, quote unquote, anyway.
But he got beaten by Itachi and the sound fall came.
Here's the thing. Actually, keep going.
Yes, it does.
So in the case of who gets the proper redemption here, Obito gets a proper redemption equals death. Obito might get a proper redemption equals death, or he may get an improper death via Madara saying you are useless to me now. If you can be swayed so easily by both sides, I have you on my team.
Yeah. Die, you monster! You don't belong here.
Yeah.
What is a man? Alright, go, just going. Sorry.
But wouldn't that just mean that, you know what, people are not going to take it anyway, so what, oh well.
Just go. Say it.
Madara, hello?
What about him?
You could be so swayed by good. Well, Obito's been very swayed very easily to be evil, too.
Well, oh, yeah. Well, this is how I see it. Okay, with Madara and Sasuke, the way I see it, when we first saw them in the young age, whatever that is, in my opinion, those kind of age are like, there's always going to be the innocent time, and it's going to be like, there's always that time that your life hasn't take its course yet, because you're still being raised by your family, and you're still being taught on how life is going to be like, or slowly but slow baby steps, stuff like that. Okay, so now when Sasuke lost his family and the clan itself in a young age, his path was becoming different. Okay, if the family was still there, it would be obvious that his life would be normal. His life would be good guy-ish.
He might be the playboy like in Road to Ninja.
But in such a young age, such a tragic moment happened to him. So now the life is not it's not as predictable as you would thought, because he just witnessed the worst of his lifetime. In such a young age. So now we got a 12-year-old Sasuke, the chapter 3 Sasuke. From to me, I always see Sasuke as a neutral ground rather than a good guy. He's more of a Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But yeah,
I don't call him that. I call him a
no, I
chaotic.
would have called.
I
I
call him a
won't call him that.
chaotic neutral.
The thing is, when Orochimaru and Kabuto was talking, they were both very confident that Sasuke was going to go in the bad side. Pretty much a hunger for power.
Would consume.
But because of Naruto being there, he's actually going to make his path into a good guy path. So it's like, I'm going to make him bad. No, no, join me. I'm going to make you good. It's like if you play Mass Effect from the very beginning. You start off normal, and from your own journey, you're gonna continue whatever path you feel like, a good guy, Paragon, or the bad guy, Renegade. So that's how I see Sasuke, and ultimately the Renegade won the battle. So now we see the Sasuke, and the same thing that goes for Madara. Because when you think about Madara and Hashirama, Hashirama was a guy who wanted to change a lot of things, and he wants to do it good. Now for Madara, I wouldn't call him good at that time. I would call him more of a neutral ground because he does want a peace. But the only question is, how can you attain that? And that's why Hashirama was like, so that's your definition of peace. It's like, exactly, the whole Genjutsu idea, because that's the only way. So he come to that decision from that. And when you think about it, when the brothers, when the two planets collide, and then you have when the two planets collide, you have Madara's automatically saying like, okay, we're enemies. But Hashirama didn't want to be enemies because he's really a good guy. But Hashirama is still in the neutral ground. So his path was becoming more and more darker, more evil, more his finalized path. So he would almost turn good when he got Konoha to himself, as well as declared to be the first Hokage. But then all that thing happened, and now he said, "Screw it, I'm gonna go bad now." It's like that. Pretty much, I always see Sasuke as a neutral that gone bad, and now he's just going wonky. So,
Uh-huh.
but bottom line is,
Sasuke is still pure. He can be colored easily during the talk he had with Naruto when he gave him the crow.
my point is, I think the reason why this talk with Naruto and Sasuke it's gonna be different from the other talks because Naruto is not talking to a guy who was once good, but talking to the guy that always has been a path of avenger, a path of a evil. So this is the first. That'd be like one of the time that's gonna be the hardest conversion that he ever gonna do. I mean,
Even
when you
one
look
with,
at how, huh?
even harder than the one with Obito, who was exactly like him until he turned evil.
Yeah, like his path was already start off good, so you could always go back to that light. For Sasuke, it's much harder because again, even Gaara talked with his own experience that he was once bad and now he turned good. But Sasuke literally rubbed it off and said like, I know that, I already know that, and guess what? I love being bad. So that makes it much that tells you the situation with to making him good is much harder because he's just always like that. That's his path has been. Why do you think Hashirama gave up and just killed Madara? Because he was just too hard to convert him. It was just impossible. So my point is, with Sasuke, I'm interested to see how they're gonna play this route. But I'm also very, very skeptical because again, this is like the biggest moment that could really define the series in the whole. Like this is bullshit, or this is reasonable, or this is realistic. So I really don't know if I'm that trustworthy on Kishi for this, but yeah, Sasuke should not get easily let go of that.
Well, we all know that Sasuke still has an ulterior motive.
Yeah, that too.
Kill Naruto.
Well, yeah, look at that. Naruto's gonna be a savior of the universe, and now Sasuke's gonna target the main guy. That's like targeting a president straight off the bat. If if Naruto was like back in part one, it'd be like, oh, Naruto died. That's sad. But then if Naruto died in this time zone, everybody go crazy. Like, oh my god, he just killed the hero of the war. That son of a bitch. Everybody find him. Hostile. Kill him. No dead or alive, just kill. You know,
Yeah.
that's pretty much what's going to happen if they all find out that Sasuke want to kill Naruto. Because Naruto is becoming a war hero,
Hero of the world.
pretty much. So there you have it. I really, I'm, I'm trying not to hope too much, but I really hope the conclusion for Sasuke is reasonable, at the very least. Something I could just say, okay, read it. I don't need to say, bullshit.
Uh-huh.
It's scary. I don't know.
Well, I think Sasuke is going to get some form of redemption, whether or not he lives or dies or in exile. That's what we're going to find out.
Look, any open arm ending would be the biggest.
Biggest
Well,
what?
maybe. Well, any open ending maybe, but I still want to see a chapter that preludes to Naruto and Sakura's wedding.
I got disconnected for a second. Did it stop?
Biggest
No.
what now?
I said I got disconnected for a second. Did the recording stop?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. But what I was saying before? No,
An open arm ending is the biggest.
bullshit. It'd be the worst thing I ever see in my life.
A cop out.
It's the worst. It's like I don't know. I can't stand complete happy ending. It needs to be if you're gonna have a happy ending, give me a reason why it deserves to be a happy ending. In a way, regardless of the revival and the pain arc was a little bit too much for my liking. I still like 450 because how Naruto feel like he deserved everything that he worked upon for that. Like Naruto did not know that everybody respect him that much now. It felt like it's well worth the wait. But for Sasuke again, he did too much, and a lot of chapters already hinted that a lot of people can't have that same respect with him anymore. So, the only best way I can see is either death or just never come back. But hey, they're still saving him.